In the quiet town of Morgan Hill, nestled in the middle of California, a story unfolded that sent shockwaves through the community and captured the attention of people far and wide. It was a case that would become synonymous with fear, despair, and relentless determination, a case that would forever remain in the crime history. This is the horrific story of Sierra Lamar, a young girl who vanished without a trace. Sierra, 15, disappeared in 2012 on her way to school in Morgan Hill, California. Sierra Lamar was a typical teenager, full of dreams and aspirations. With her radiant smile and sparkling eyes, she had the world at her feet. She lived with her mother, Marlene, and her sister, Danielle, in a picturesque house on the outskirts of Morgan Hill. Life was simple, and the days seemed to stretch out endlessly. It was a typical Friday morning on March 16, 2012. Sierra got ready for school, her backpack slung over her shoulder, as she prepared to embark on what should have been another ordinary day. She kissed her mother goodbye and promised to be home early. Little did Marlene know that those would be the last words she would ever hear from her beloved daughter. She waited for the school bus at the corner of her street, just like she did every morning. But that morning, something strange hung in the air. When Sierra failed to return home that afternoon, panic gripped her family. Marlene immediately knew something was wrong. They reached out to friends, neighbors, and anyone who might have seen her. It was a harrowing experience as they searched high and low for any sign of their missing girl. Soon, the police were involved, and a massive search operation was launched. Helicopters whirred overhead, and volunteers combed through fields and forests. Flyers with Sierra's smiling face were distributed far and wide. The entire community rallied together, united by a common purpose: to bring Sierra home. Days turned into weeks, and weeks into months, with no sign of Sierra. As hope vanished, the focus of the investigation shifted. A suspect emerged, a man named Antolin Garcia Torres. He had a troubled past, with a history of violence and brushes with the law. The evidence against him was at best accidental, but the police were confident they had caught their suspect. While the legal system ground forward, Sierra's family lived through a nightmare. Every day, they grappled with the agonizing uncertainty of not knowing what had happened to their daughter. Marlene and Danielle struggled to keep the ray of hope alive, believing that Sierra was out there, somewhere, waiting to be found. The trial of Antolin Garcia Torres was a gut-wrenching affair. Sierra's family faced the man accused of taking their daughter away from them. The courtroom was a battlefield of emotions, with grief and anger swirling through the air. Prosecutors presented their case, detailing the evidence against Garcia Torres, while the defense argued that there was no proof of his guilt. After weeks of courtroom drama, the jury finally reached a verdict. Antolin Garcia Torres was found guilty of the kidnapping and murder of Sierra Lamar. The courtroom erupted in a mix of relief and sorrow. For Sierra's family, it was a bittersweet moment. They had justice, but their daughter was never coming back. Even with a conviction, questions remained unanswered. Sierra's body was never found, leaving a haunting void in the hearts of her loved ones. They begged for closure, a chance to say a proper goodbye, but that opportunity was cruelly denied to them. Sierra's story is one of heartbreak and despair, but it's also a testament to the power of community and a family's unwavering love. The people of Morgan Hill came together in a time of crisis, showing the world the strength of their bonds. Marlene and Danielle continue to keep Sierra's memory alive, vowing to help other families facing similar tragedies. The disturbing case of Sierra Lamar serves as a reminder of the darkness that can lurk in the most peaceful of places. It's a tale of innocence lost and a community forever changed. While justice was served in the eyes of the law, The questions that linger and the pain that endures are a testament. Sierra's smile may have vanished, but her spirit lives on in the hearts of those who loved her, a ray of hope that will never fade.